G'day, I'm Mad Mick, and we're talking about hobbies. And my hobby I like doing with a passion is bike riding. And when you bike ride, you have to have safety equipment to save your hands and your legs and your head. And we're going to talk today to Mark Bryant, who is a designer of a brand new helmet. That's the next stage up from the old full face. In the old days, people used to wear flying caps. And then the next generation was leather caps. Now it is full face helmets. So over to you, Mark.
Thanks, Mick. Yeah, there has been a huge change in helmets, I guess, as you just explained. You know, years ago people didn't wear helmets, and then they started wearing leather helmets, and like the flying helmets with the pull-down ears and the leather strap, and then I guess. In the early 60s you had the bell type helmet, you know, the big round bell helmet, and over the years it's changed and they've been refined, and I guess this would be sort of the current state of the art helmet for a pull-on pull-off helmet, a normal helmet.
Okay. Could you explain what's the advantage over this helmet with that helmet, please?
Yeah. Sure, Mick. Well, your old traditional helmets on the bottom, if you have a look here, this has got a very, very large bell opening on the bottom of the helmet. And the way to keep that on, once you pull the helmet onto your head, you need to do this chin strap up. So obviously you can't have gloves on, you have to take your gloves off, you have to take your glasses off. And particularly, you know, these helmets have got to be fairly tight. So when you do push a helmet like this on or try and pull it on, particularly for people that are a little bit older, who have got dodgy necks, you know, you suffer from neck compression. Then you suffer from ear folding with the helmet going on, and then when you pull it off, it stretches your head. So this was the old way of putting a helmet on, up and down this way. So I guess what we've done, Mick, is we've changed it completely, and we've made the bottom bell opening very, very small. We don't have a chin strap on the bottom anymore. We have a little chin cup inside the helmet, an adjustable chin cup. And rather than putting the helmet on like this on your head, what we do with the Voz helmet is we simply open two buttons on the side and the helmet separates in two like this. So you rather feed your face into the helmet, come to the back, and you lock the helmet on, as simple as that. And you'll see this is nice and snug, it doesn't move on my head. It's got a lot of jaw protection around the front part, which is quite a vulnerable area for helmets. And it's very simple to get off, as you can see.
Can you show us to the camera
side.
from the side, so showing how it opens, please?
Yeah, so what we do is these two buttons on either side of the helmet locks. You've got one on this side and you have one on the opposing side. The reason we've got two locks is it acts as a safety system, that if one lock happened to break, you've still got the other lock engaged and the two hinge points at the top. So we simply depress these locks. You can see me pushing the buttons in, use the back of the head, and the helmet opens in this fashion here. So the helmet's now open from the back. So as you can see, we can see right inside the helmet now. So what this does, this closes around your head. Very, very similar to a tow ball on a car. So you have a tow ball and you have the cup that goes over the top and it's locked on. This does a very similar thing. It closes this way around your head rather than pulling on your head and trying to stabilise with this chin strap.
If you have an accident, these type have a tendency of rocking and breaking your collarbone. With this design, does it stop that?
Well, we're not saying it's going to totally alleviate it. Having said that, the lower edge on this helmet is very, very rolled. And once the helmet is on your head, as you'll see, let's put this helmet on, you'll see that this edge is turned right underneath. So if I do have an extension in this direction, I'm generally hitting on a flat area. The same with the front part of the chin bar, Mick.
Yep.
A hyperextension in this direction is going to leave me on a flat surface on my breastbone rather than a very, very sharp edge coming down and hitting your breastbone.
So it would be doing less damage if it does get...
Correct. Yeah. The other thing with this helmet is if you are unlucky enough to have an accident, These are quite difficult to get off. They can undo the chin strap, but then you need multiple people to try and stretch the helmet, try and ease your head out, because the thing that they fear most after a bike accident, as you know, is a neck injury.
Or a brain
Yeah,
damage.
or a brain damage. So they don't really know what's going on. And the benefit of this helmet is that you can be on your back. You can simply open these two locks, release the chin from the chin cup, and open the back of the helmet, and the paramedics have full access to the down rider without moving their neck.
And with these visors, these are UV
Stable?
filters and stable?
Yes. So the material is high-grade polycarbonate. Obviously, the visors have got to be certified as well.
Yep.
They have UV material in them.
Yep.
Also anti-fog and anti-scratch.
And how heavy would they be?
Look, your typical helmet, this is what they'd call a modular helmet because it does open. Modular helmets tend to be just a little bit heavier than traditional helmets because they've got a few extra mechanisms. Having said that, this helmet weighs about 1,680 grams, 1.68 kilos. My old Shoei helmet, for instance, is 1,850, but it's Snell approved, so the shell's a little bit thicker. But the helmet does not feel like 1,680 grams on your head because the inside shape here is curved, the same shape as your head, and all the EPS is in contact, so the load is spread very, very well across the entire head.
Yep.
So that sort of stops that heavy feeling, whereas if you a traditional helmet like this, they tend to find a heavy spot because the helmet can rock on your head.
One thing I did find with this, I had a ride with this, there was less wind noise, and it seemed not as, when you sped up, it didn't seem to push you.
Your head, yeah.
So it's more streamlined.
Most certainly, and that's created, that effect is created by a 3-point locking system. So the chin cup is on your chin, the forehead, the top here, and the back part of the helmet. So when the helmet's closed on your head, it's locked to your head.
Okay.
So wherever you turn your head, whatever position you turn your head, this visor port remains in a static position, which is very important for it not to shift halfway around a corner under high speed when the wind gets up under the bottom edge of the helmet. So we've done some testing in Germany as late as last week at the same factory that tests Mercedes and Porsche cars. And we tested up to 220 k's an hour, and the Voz helmet outperformed the other two helmets that we tested against in terms of lifting, buffeting, aerodynamics, and was equal to one of the best helmets in the world, which is the Schubert, and that's recognised as a very quiet helmet.
Yeah, noise is very bad on your ears, and I get off the bike sometimes, and your ears are ring, and you can't hear anything.
Correct.
So
correct.
that's a very nice helmet.
Yeah. Well, rider fatigue, through noise is and that contributes to loss of concentration, heavy wind noise all the time, and I mean all the studies that I've read relate to anything over 95 dBs for a prolonged period of more than 5 minutes can be harmful to your hearing in the long term. So, yeah, Mick.
So it's a Voz helmet.
It's a Voz helmet, VOZZ.
And how do we get in contact with it?
Okay, look, you can find Voz helmets at www.vozhelmets.com. We also have a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel, and we have offices on the northern beaches of Sydney at Frenchs Forest.
What's the address at Frenchs Forest?
49 Frenchs Forest Road East, Frenchs Forest, New South Wales 2086.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mick.
We've been talking to the designer of Voz helmets, Mark Bryant, and we'd like to thank him for all the information. Remember, a safe helmet is a good helmet.
Thanks, Mick.
Thank you.
Cheers.